Shall we play a game?
Hey, Maverick. Why do you say it's wrong? But anyway, let's drive this thing. We got doors open? Probably should. Probably should have done that while I was waiting, shouldn't I? What are we in? We're in a thingy. 465. That's a not worker, isn't it? And then we've got this thing, a 375, which would be a star thingy. We're in Train Sim Classic. We're on Medway Valley. We're going somewhere. I don't know where. That'll be fine. Almost time to go. Pop out and watch the doors shut. We can? No, already shut. Okay. Let's drive then. Apparently it's this lever. Yep, brakes coming off. So far so good. Off we go. Is the streamo quality? Is it just my preview that's a bit manky? Hopefully it is. If we go too fast, it's not like me at all. I am streaming in the short stream as a bit of an experiment. See what happens. Don't know if it's something I'll do. We'll find out. If you're in the chat and you're on shorts, let me know. Because I don't know if it actually tells me whether you are or not. No, I don't think it actually tells me who's in which. I can tell there's viewers, but nothing much beyond that. We are nearing the home of Dovetail Games, Chatham. Hello, Flying Southerner. I am okay, thank you. I'm guessing, Maverick, that you were thinking the title was wrong because you were expecting a Japanese Anomaly game, but I ran that and I finished it and it was over really quick, so now I'm doing this. As we roll into the home of DTG. Doesn't look a lot like Chatham, I have to say. Hello, Andy. Welcome along, mate. Welcome along. Both Andy and Flying Southerner and Maverick, indeed, all have channels, so if you've not checked them out, please do. This is looking more like Chatham. We'll have to go up in the air and see if this version you can see DTG towers or not. Where are we actually going anyway? Gravesend, Rochester, Strood and Higham. This looks kind of like Chatham. I think it wants me to go all the way to the end, doesn't it? And I have noticed my control levers backwards on the TSCX, which you guys can't see, but that's okay. Here's our stop point. No? We're using the long stop point. But, you know, we'll do that. Yeah, emergencies, not what we want. Left door's open, and let's pop up in the air. Whee! Ah! Okay. So this is actually quite compressed for this area. It's not really correct. But I'm guessing that's the travel dodge. And those do kind of look like the DTG Towers buildings there, but they're actually on the riverfront. So, and they're on the wrong side of the travel dodge. So made prior to DTG Towers would be my bet, because it doesn't really look like the museum area terribly much at all. But that's okay. Doors are done, doors are done. Let's go. 4 bananas. Comes old mate. Hey, old mate. Bag Focus has reviewed my vid from the Check Map video. Cool. And you popped in and said hello and said goodbye, but that's okay. Welcome along, I guess. Rochester, as we go too fast, we will be crossing the river Medway, in just a moment. So we've slowed down for that. It's a bit more of the waterfronty stuff. Look at there's those things that we want to have happening in TSW. Things actually doing stuff. And is the submarine here? No. No submarine. I'm sad now. We've been through Rochester Old, where we weren't supposed to stop, and now we're coming into Rochester New. Mark says depictions of towns and cities in TSC use a lot of artistic license. That's putting it rather mildly. There's a man who's standing in the shelter, and I do mean in it. Yeah, so I guess we're hoping the Train Sim World version of this route's a bit more accurate. Do you have any full emergency? She doesn't stop that well. Let's have a quick look at Rochester. We have some miscellaneous cars. Got the feeling it doesn't look a lot like Rochester, but there you go. We have the famous bridge over the Medway. And shouldn't the submarine be about, I don't know, there? Clearly not. But that's okay. We shall set up for our gratuitous bridge shot. Doors are closed. Time to go. To Strood. Samantha's train says it's Town Sim World, and Bob's modelling. Hello. Hello to you, Samantha. There's a few recognisable things, like the castle. The bridge itself's pretty decent. It's getting closer. Yeah, there's one going each way. Why do I keep hearing someone yelling "get off" in the background? Over and down towards Strood. It hadn't occurred to me that Strood was this close to Rochester. Okay. We'll try and get out into the actual valley at the moment, because this is what's left of Southeastern High Speed, I suppose. It does seem to be slightly compressed between the stations, I have to say. Where are we going with this one again? I'm going to Strood, Higham, and then Gravesend all the way out there. So we've got a bit more of a run to do out that way. But we want to do the Medway Valley line, which I'm assuming is actually this one. Across here. So we need to get into that, don't we? Who's sending me messages? Bad person. Holy Trucker says, Happy Friday, it's the weekend again. Well, it is indeed for us, but perhaps not some of the people watching. So let's make them feel bad, because, you know, their Friday's just starting. Sorry. Samantha's train says I ordered Hungry Jacks to the hospital and they missed my ice cream treat out of my order. Well, that's no good. Maybe the delivery person stole it. That's not exactly uncommon. I mean, ooh, ice cream, I could do with one of those. Because some of the delivery people are really nice and they're really cool. And other ones are just scumbags. You in hospital for work or in hospital because you're sick? There's a car stop marker in the tunnel. That seems unusual. As we pretend we are allowed to go faster. There's another car stop marker in the tunnel. That does seem a little bit strange. Samantha's train says, shall we cyberbully Hungry Jacks? You can do that if you want. You could X at them or something. I'm sure that'd fix it. You guys can't see the controller, can you? There we go. Then I better move the chat. The vertical people can't see the chat. You're in hospital for your own safety. I hope that doesn't mean what I think that means. Look after yourself, mate. As we approach Higham and wonder just how well this train will stop. I have to say, Southeastern High Speed, this part of the line does look much better in Train Sim World. This is a little, I mean, this is an old route. It's from 2018, I think. I bought it tonight on a whim because I thought I could show it off. Why not? I've got the new one too, the bucket lanes, but that probably deserves a longer, more detailed stream, really. So I wasn't going to do it so late at night. What's really odd is I can see two preview windows, one for the normal stream and one for the short, and they're actually several seconds apart, which is quite disconcerting. But that's okay. I think the chats are integrated. So feel free to chat if you haven't watched me before. Everybody is absolutely welcome to. As we approach Higham. It's that lady again. We see her a lot. That's what I thought it probably meant, Samantha's trains. Do look after yourself. Father Jack says that was a quick turnaround from the last stream. It was, given that I actually bought the game and downloaded it and installed it and started playing it. Yes. Yes, it was. Oddly enough, it took longer to download the Platform 4 game. In fact, it took longer to download the Platform 4 game than it did to play it, which is weird. Should I show the vertical people a bit of the train? Can we go through the door? No, it's TSC, that's why. It's time to go? It's time to go. Terrible horn. Full bananas as we head for Gravesend, and then we'll switch to something that's actually on the Medway Valley part of the line and see what that's like. And for those of you who are used to me wearing a purple shirt with my own branding, yes, it went into the wash and I don't know where it went. It will come back. It's probably in the washing machine. I was meant to hang it up or something and didn't. That wouldn't surprise me. That would have just been a moment of non-listening. A little third rail beast. Jittering away into the wilderness there. At least we have all the wires. Almost 4 miles to Gravesend. Oh, this must be Strood Yard. Let's have a look. It's got more buildings than the Train Sim World version does. It's got some aggregate wagons. Lots of aggregate wagons, in fact. And is it a 66 or a 50? It's a 59. Look at that. Wish we'd get the 59s in Train Sim World. I mean, they're basically a 66, so, you know, less powerful version. Why can't we have them? As we tool along to Gravesend, going too fast. But, you know, who cares? Not I. We'll just rock and roll our passengers a little bit. Father Jack says you have your TSC stable now. That's good. And Holy Trucker says you should be able to do something crazy, but I'm keen to find out if you take a look at Train Sim Classic subscription and go over what I'm get. I'm sure it'd be a popular video. I used to know what you get with Train Sim subscription. I haven't looked at it for a while. I think it changes every month and you get different routes. So if I remember rightly, and this could be wrong, so don't take it as gospel, I think it changes monthly, and the idea is you play everything for that month, and then those routes go away, and you get 3 new routes. That's a very loud AWS. That actually freaked me out a little bit. It's like that. Few double deco buses, all labelled city. That's imaginative. I think if you've got the subscription version that you can't really use any mods either. I believe you can use workshop content. Why isn't that lined up properly? Probably because the camera moved. It's probably not the device that moved. We're going to get another horribly loud AWS any second. Ready? Told ya. For our double yellow. Bob says at least you've got more freight locos than the wretched 66. We are all just a little tired of the 66. I mean, I like the thing as a locomotive, but yeah. I've said. Yes, today's stream is brought to you by the machine that screams. Here we go. They're really making sure you get the idea that you need to stop, aren't they? Oh no. That Wally that pinches my stream copyrights because of wind will get me. So if you are watching on the short form today, do let me know. I don't really get much of an indication about whether anybody is or isn't. But the count's pretty good for such an old route. Man, that's loud. For such an old route, so it could be have people there. I'm hoping the chats are integrated. Because I can't see a way to select the chat or anything in this interface. The interface is YouTube's new interface. It's actually the first time I've seen it turn up tonight was for the stream before this one. I thought, yeah. That's new. Alright, let's get the doors open. And again, let's watch people getting out of the train as they do. Watch this one walk through a wall, probably. Whoops, where'd she go? There she is. Walking, yep, straight through a wall. Yep, yep. That seems pretty normal. This one will just walk straight through me. The others went the other way. Oh, no, no. Thinking about it. Coming back. Oh. Can't you just hear Thriller playing now? Nicely done. Scenario complete. All right then. I think we should pick something else from this route. And where's that going? That's going... well, that's people I know who've played it. There you go. Passenger service from Tunbridge to Strood. So that's out on the line, isn't it? And that one's Strood to Tunbridge. Maybe we'll do that, because we're pretty close to Strood now, so we'll do that. That seems like a good idea. Give us a bit of continuity. Right. So it'll look like we're in a 375. Ooh. Noisy. Headlights? Headlights. There we go. Come on. One of you's got to move. Day headlight. There we go. That should be right. And doors, maybe? Be a good idea. There we go. 375. The Electro Starve. Let's wander around the station, as it were. The main difference between Train Sim Classic and Train Sim World, if you've never met them, is in Train Sim Classic, you are the train. And in Train Sim World, you are the person driving the train. But at least you could pretend to be outside. See, he clearly doesn't like me. Oh, that's why she's got a Windows phone. Haven't seen one of those for a while. I wouldn't have thought that'd even still work. The Mad Ferret Pet Supplies. Great. All right, let's go. Yeah, not a terrible horn. Let's coast our way through here. Which track am I on? Must be on the one coming under the bridge, surely. Well, we got ourselves a gratuitous bridge shot accidentally. Because, you know, I'm not that train. Oh, here I come. Look, under the bridge. Yeah, that's me. Holy truckers are doing a run on a boring Dresden-Riesa route, driving the ICE in VR. Nod it off and see if it actually woke you up. Well, that's what the sound's for. It's supposed to wake you up. Alright, let's get out of here. 70 miles an hour allowed speed. Anything working here? Samantha's trains want something steam since it's TSC. I don't know. I'll have to have a look. I'm not sure if it's got any steam on the route. I'll have to have a look. That always looks so weird. Oh, we're coming up this way again. Those diggers aren't doing anything. Where's the station? Still a little while to go to Cuxton. It's supposed to be a pretty station, Cuxton, so I guess we'll find out. So we just burn along in the blue thing. If you ride one of these things, let me know. I have ridden one. It's a considerably cheaper way to get to Chatham than the Pendolino. How good are its brakes? I guess we're going to find out. Yeah, they're pretty good. Better than the Networker. A bit too good, in fact. Cuxton's the feature station in the train sim world. Work in progress shots for this route. So we're hoping it's good. Next stop is Cuxton. The doors will open on the left. Mind the reality between the train and your world. Unz, 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 unz. Bloke goes, nothing to see here. I wasn't dancing in a pole. No, that never happens on Train Sim Classic. No. And Wizard. Someone just disappeared, clearly. And you just appeared. You're clever. We do have gates. We'll have to hover here when the train leaves because we need to know if the gates open and close, don't we? If we go to hauling. It's not the fastest accelerating train in the world. So what do people think? Are these gates going to open or what? It's not looking promising. Because I would have thought they would have done it by now. So I'm thinking no. We'll go with no. Oh, it's got those kind of headlights that cause really bad performance on potato PCs. Shadow casting lights or whatever they're called. And that's where the pantograph would go if they could afford overhead wires. The cool thing is with TSCs, you just go through stuff. You don't have to worry about banging your head on things and getting a sore head. Oh, it's that horrible hedge asset. Look at that. Over there. Let's just get some brakes on. It is my favourite to hate hedge asset. They still use this in Train Sim World, and it's still shit. That's just terrible. Bob wants to use UP844 on the route. That'd be a bit of a squeeze, I think. Brake gauges work, which is nice. That's step 2, step 1, step 2, step 1. That's good. That works. Nice polite AWS noise. If you're watching for the first time and you're watching on the vertical stream, welcome along. I do stream quite regularly. All sorts of train games and other games from time to time as the mood strikes. Hello, people. Well, kind of people. You look like, I don't know, zombies? Yeah, zombies. Hi. How you doing, brother? Good day? Yeah. How about you? Do you know, you look almost like you've got a sister down there, you know that? Did you know? She's stalking you, I think. Time to go. Snodland. There's a name for a station. Snodland. I like it. Where do you live? I live in Snodland. Not that I should really make fun of the places in the UK. Because I might be there one day and they might get me. It was kind of funny because this girl turned up on the railway that I work on. We let her in the cab to have a bit of a look because she was clearly a railway person. And she asked me about my trip to the UK, and she asked me the favourite places and the worst place. And I said, well, the only place I felt unsafe was Swindon. She got this dirty look and she goes, I'm from Swindon. So, okay. Small world then. Bye-bye, train. Ooh, we're almost at Snodland. Better think about stopping. Otherwise we'll end up being at Nebworth instead of Snodland. That wouldn't do well. Not well at all. Right Away Productions. I'm from Swindon. Look at that. Never fails. The bit of Swindon that I felt unsafe in Right Away Productions was I came out of Swindon Station And instead of walking more or less straight up through the centre of town, for whatever reason, because my hotel was actually dead up in centre of town, near the Spoons, and for whatever reason, Googly Maps went, hey, turn right. So I turned right, and I walked along past all these abandoned buildings and some interesting people hanging around the abandoned buildings. And it basically just got worse, because then it got me to turn left through the abandoned buildings. And it wasn't until the next day that I discovered there's actually a really nice path back down to the station that was full of relatively normal people. So, you know, life. Let's have a look at Snodland. Snodland's got a signal box. Big brick station. So it couldn't have been a particularly poor area or anything, Snodland, because it's got quite a nice station. The Steam Museum at Swindon was really good. I enjoyed that. And I liked wandering around the GWR estates. There we are. Snodland Box. Excellent. Mark B says, you trusted Google Maps and laughs. Well, you know, I could tell you a story about Google Maps. Because you know Google Maps is actually Australian. I know it's published by the giant American people, googly people, but it's actually Australian. It's made in Sydney. There you go. But no, it let me down in Swindon. Most of the time it's good. Right Away Production says, I know roughly what you're on about. I can't say I disagree. It's a hole, but it's home. I think most of the town was actually kind of nice, but that area, I mean, it was on top of it. I'd been travelling all day and I was tired. It was just effective. I was going to have dinner in the Spoons too, but a fight broke out and I didn't. I ended up having dinner in the hotel restaurant, sitting behind the big glass windows, watching the fight go on in the Spoons. As you do. But that's not unique to Swindon, that's kind of a Spoons thing. When you give people what is probably one of the cheapest ways to go out and have a drink and a meal, you attract absolutely everybody to it. We seem to see that redhead rather a lot, don't we? As we approach New Hythe. Is that American streamer? Hythe? He'll email me again. Big chemical plants? I'm guessing this is a place of temporary office things, because you know that first step, that's a bit of a pisser. You wouldn't want to come out of the dunny in the dark and go, is there tracks going? Yeah, there are tracks coming in here, so potentially we could actually bring a train in here. That would be good. No crossover that by the looks of it. No, it's not. Off we go towards Aylesford. What ails you, Ford? Right Away says, used to be a lovely restaurant called the Octagon. My nan and I used to go all the time. Funnily enough, she spent a good few years in Oz herself. Shut down now. They closed it for the new bus station. That's sad. It is always sad when family memory places disappear. Because, you know, it was important to you because of your nan. He's gone. Always makes you feel a bit sad about things like that. If you're watching in the short stream and you'd like to watch a more traditional and see the full screen panoramic view, just turn your phone sideways and go to the normal stream. I don't know if YouTube will switch you, but this is a dual stream into shorts and normal. It's a new YouTube feature. Thought I'd give it a crack. Let me know what you think. So we sneak around the corner into Aylesford. Nice station architecture. Every now and again I contemplate going and have a look at the stations with street view images just to see what they're really like on stream, but I don't know if there's interest in me doing that. Hi there. They've used the Scottish people, you notice that? Aylesford does have a box. That's potentially the departmental residence there. Potentially, being so close to the line. Right Away Productions would kill for another octagon bacon roll. Anyway, best be off. Woke up the early student hour of 9. That is quite early for a student, I'll give you that. And still not sod all done at 12. Take care then. Yeah, look after yourself, mate. Yeah, have a good time. Enjoy your weekend. It's not too far away. A lot of whistle boards on this route. Looks like we're just going slow for the corners, I guess. Ooh, do these ones work? Inquiring minds need to know. Well, the lights flash. It doesn't have a big long stream of built-up cars, so I'm guessing they work, otherwise the cars wouldn't get through. There we go. Look at that. Cool. They do work. I hope they're muted. Back to 70 mile an hour. It's a pity I didn't know that you were in Swindon when I was there right away, or you've probably gone by now. Could have had a chat. Grabbed a coffee or something, or a beer. I could see floating grass and stuff under that sign back there. So this route is coming out. I hope that's not a red signal. Oh, no, it's for a shunt. But this route is coming out for Train Sim World sometime next year. Aggregates loading and unloading? Probably only unloading. There's nothing in the top of that. Maidstone Barracks, followed by Maidstone West. It's lots of floating grass there. So much of it you'd think it was deliberate. Quiet, you. Looks like a nice bridge over there to the left. We'll have a quick squiz at that after we stop at the station. So this is the floating grass stuff I'm talking about that we're seeing every few meters. It's like they used it to measure something because it's quite even, isn't it? That way. Alright, we'll just leave you stopping. We'll just pretend that you will. Where's this bridge? There we go. Trains, but not ours. Okay. I'm guessing at some point in its career this place was military. Judging by the name. We're at the 42-mile marker, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. And away we go. Straight in notch 4 like every bad driver. The older trains tend to stop making noise as soon as you take the power off, but that's not really how trains work. A little bit of a homeless town set up back there by the look of it. As we arrive into picturesque Maidstone. Maidstone West. 2 platforms. Ooh, another wizard. Go on, walk through the bin. There you go. I knew you could do it. You might need that if you're her. Sort of a good train spotting point, I suppose. Not that I really should honk the horn every time. So we're going... Oh, we're up there. Okay. And we're going to East Farley now. I always have a bit of a heart attack when I pop back into the train and go, red signal. Oh, it'd be great living here next to a whistleboard, wouldn't it? Get that all hours of day and night. That'd be just awesome. By the time we hit the speed limit, it's going to be time to stop for East Farley. I'm still seeing those grasses about every 10 metres or so. It really makes me think they were used to measure the track out. And then they were left there because they were forgotten. Quiet, you. Such noisy beasts. Hope that doesn't jump scare anybody. On Sunday morning, I'll be streaming a different game called Railroader, which is a American Steam era game. It's a bit of an empire builder, but it manages to be the kind of empire builder that I like to play. I think I've got Fernbus Holy Trucker, who thinks there's a UK DLC before Christmas. Yeah. Have a look. I think I do. I vaguely recall playing it once and never again. Let me just quickly flip over to Steam while you guys aren't watching. Let's have a look. Yeah, I do. Fernbus Simulator. First look at the England DLC. Well, there you go. In the news yesterday. Well, that's good. Look forward to that. Thank you for letting me know, Holy Trucker. It could be worth pulling out for a stream, you're right. Hey, the cameras work. Wow. We haven't got that in Transim World. Did I say that? No. I wouldn't say that. Let's pop out and have a look at East Farley box. OBS told me it just disconnected. And it's reconnected. Okay. Sorry for the pause in the stream there, folks. It's just yanking on the wrong handle then. Always handy. So we transition into the English countryside. No. The shed. Some empty aggregate traffic. We're probably not meant to be going that fast, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Nothing to see here. Move along. It'll be all good. $81 people in for a Train Sim Classic stream. That's actually pretty good. Welcome along if you've never watched before. I hope you're enjoying it. Watering Berry, next stop. A lot of whistle boards. You almost need to know if it works, don't you? That would have been the crossing keeper's house at one point in time. The person who lived here would have operated the crossing. Now it's probably just a random house. Taxi! That's sunk into the road. Oops. As we head into Wateringbury. Chat's gone a little quiet, but that's all right. If you're chatting in the vertical stream and I'm not seeing it, sorry. Just trying to see if there's any other controls to see it, but I cannot. Nope. Very nice looking station architecture there. We'll pop out and have a look at that after we stop. With a brutalist era bridge. Let's get the doors open. Pop back out, have a look at the station. No shortage of buses waiting. Probably rail replacement buses, because they've heard of my driving. Don't know how accurate it is, but it looks nice. Is that buried in the wall? No, they missed that. Reckon she'll turn around? She's adjusting the track on whatever her player is. Back to full bore. Reached 88 people in. This is where we go back to the future. We have got some little canal boats. I've contemplated hiring one of these for a holiday. I reckon it'd be kind of cool. Ah, some implausible caravans. How did they get up there? How did they get there? Holy Trucker says for an old game it still looks decent, the old architecture on the stations. It does hold up okay, Train Sim Classic, and it is a very old game. It's got roots all the way back to the MSTS era, Microsoft Train Simulator from 2001. This game, I think, 2008 maybe? I think 2008? Does that feel about right? I think it does. So it's certainly got a little bit of vintage to it. It went through a big update last year so that it would keep working with Windows 11. Oi, slow down, you. Oh, wrong lever. Duffer. And I think I just saw a whistleboard there, so we better whistle for it. Because I think there's a chance we're going to Nebworth Yolding. We'll see. Actually, it's feeling okay, to be honest. I think its brakes are going to handle this. Very good brakes. Probably a little too good. Or even on time. never happens that I'm on time. What is going on? No Nebworths, no Spads, no crashes. People who disappear. Where are these people appearing from? Oh, there. And they are, of course, disappearing wizards. We know that. Alright, let's get out of Yelding. Bit of a distance to go to Beltring, 1.5 miles. If you're wondering why I'm blowing the horn all the time, it's because of these. The whistle boards. Like another bit of a loading facility over here. It's got a miscellaneous siding. There's some track that would probably derail a train. Small modern aerostation. Just serving a little village. Oh, that's probably the reason it's here, is this complex. Let's wait for our doors to close. Off to Paddock Wood. Is that the last stop for this one? No, one more after that. Paddock Wood and then Tonbridge. I'll probably knock this stream on the head when we get out to Tonbridge, because it is 10:42 at night here. And while I do not have to get up early tomorrow, I probably will anyway, because, you know, I usually wake up about 5 AM regardless. Holy Trucker says, damn, the UK is going to be cool in Fernbus. I wonder what trains will be modelled into some of the bus depots will be train stations too and airports. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting. I'll have a look at that article after the stream. I'll probably do a news article for the rail simulation podcast. Even though it's not rail, most of the rail people are quite interested in buses. Weirdly. Slowing down for our entry to Paddock Wood. You always want to make sure you do a slow, gentle entry with your long purple and yellow thing. Got 100 people in. Welcome along. We are currently driving towards Paddock Wood in an Electrostar. Can see a feather on the signal up ahead of us. Means we'll be changing tracks. Dovetail really didn't do them any favours with the joint clacking sounds in these. Because it meant when they didn't put them in Train Sim World because they're not realistic, all the people went, where's the joint clicking sounds? Those are some serious eyelashes. It's good to see the high resolution effort in the people. Holy Trucker says, I'm pretty sure I saw the ICE modelled in Germany and Poland DLCs. Yeah, it's quite possible. Fernbus is quite a decent sort of game. At Tonbridge, you must stop at the 3-car marker. Very good. $5 miles to Tonbridge. That's a fair whack. My cat turned up going, why haven't you fed me yet? It's dark. I'd pick her up, but I don't think she's interested. She's wandered off over there, out of reach. I can remember when most of the time this camera view would sit alongside the train and go pan as it went past. But now it sits over the top more often than not. Electrostar struggling to accelerate. $80 mph. It doesn't really feel like we're going to get to the 100 we're allowed to do, does it? Today's train is brought to you by the horn that goes. That. Noisy, noisy beast called AWS, the automatic warning system. Actually, is this one AWS or TPWS? Oh yeah, it's TPWS. It's got a brake demand panel. There you go, train protection and warning system. Have a feather on the signal, we're going to go off to the left. Noisy. If you're wondering in the vertical stream why my hand always ends up over here somewhere, it's because I have a controller. I could show the vertical people the controller, I suppose. I'll come up here. There you go. That's the controller I'm running with. Freight platform, I'm guessing. Got a red signal coming up. Holy Trucker says, I'm reinstalling Fernbus to get it ready for the UK. You can play Fernbus and the bus in VR with the UE VR free mod. So the first signal's not mine, but the one on the pole is. At least I think that one's not mine. Pretty sure it's this one up here. Let's see if we're allowed to go through. We are allowed to go through, apparently, and we have got a shunt signal now. So we'll just take it easy through here. Quite a complex junction through here. December 19 for the Steam sale. Well, this route that I bought tonight will be cheaper than in the Steam sale. Yes, the ambassadors really do still buy stuff. You don't get everything for free. We were supposed to stop here at the 3 marker, weren't we? It's what they said. Alright, so this is Tonbridge. Fairly decent sized station. Bay platform. Ooh. Well, that was unexpected. You turn around and there's a Pendolino about to smack you in the face. Actually, it's not a Pendolino, is it? It's the other one. Time to take a little break. Indeed. It is, in fact, time to end the stream, I think, because it is just about 11 p.m. here, so I'm going to knock it off. I'll be back on Sunday morning with a game called Railroader, an American Steam era game. That'll be a fairly long stream, that one, I think, probably 3.5 hours or so, most likely. But anyway, enjoy yourselves, folks. It's been great having such a large number of people in, 109 viewers tonight. That's quite amazing for such an old route to attract that many people. Alrighty, enjoy yourselves. This has been the Chatham, Main and Medway Valley lines in Train Sim Classic. I am Train Simulator Driver. If you're not subscribed, please do. And I pop up a short of a real train pretty much every day. And I do streaming of games. So enjoy yourselves, have fun, and we shall see you next time. Bye now.